SDLT, there's the horrible one, isn't it? The property people in the room are not going to appreciate what I'm saying, but just try to stay with me on this. It's quite a clever tax for them to increase, and yes, they have increased it. So for property investors, we can see that the marginal rate has gone up from 3 to 5%, so a 2% increase. Why do I say it's a clever one? As property investors, let's imagine you're going to buy a property and it's currently on the old rules £200,000, and you've done all your maths and the deal works. You've done your deal stacking the way that the clever guys teach you how to do it, and obviously we check your deal stacking if your clients are ours, etc. Great, the deal works, but if the property is now increased by 2%, it's £204,000. The deal doesn't work. Well, you shouldn't have done the deal at 200 then. If it was that marginal that saw an increase damaged your deal, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. So if a property is £200,000, does it work? If a property is 204,000, does it work? And the answer is probably yes. So actually it's a tax, which is a one-off on our purchase. Yes, we're going to get some relief when we sell it, so on our CGT, but it's quite a clever tax to increase. The real problem with the SDLT increase, and I assume that this applies to LTT and LBTT for those in Wales and Scotland, but again, I haven't got into the Red Book yet, but I'm fairly sure that the Welsh and Scottish governments will be tagging along on this one, is now the overseas investor. So the expat tax advice clients who are investing in the UK, for example, because this is the non-residence element is a surcharge. So whatever the core rate is now a surcharge on top. So now we're going to see the overseas investors be paying 7%. Now all of a sudden that property was £200,000. We're now up to 214. Wow, that's getting expensive. That's quite a jump now, isn't it? And there was one of the questions, what about the limited company? Again, it's a surcharge. The limited company is a surcharge. It isn't explicitly stated. And actually, if you went on to Gov.uk and started playing with the SDLT calculators presented by the government, they've already put the 5% rate in. That's fine. So they've updated their website. Good. They haven't updated their calculator, though. So at the moment, they haven't explicitly said that it does apply to limited companies. Take it as read, it's going to. So the limited companies have the surcharge as well. So it's not cheaper to buy it in a limited company than it is in your private names for a second property. So limited companies and investors in their own name will be paying increased stamp duty.